Good morning. Good morning, Zoomers. Good morning. So, before I hand it over to our gratitude, appreciation, and sharing circle, which is going to be fun, I'm sure, because we decided we're the free to be sangha. um, anyway, I don't want to do a whole bunch of teaching, but there was something that I do want to say around this. If we are trying to work with an idea called the ground of being, then we're really putting up a roadblock between our experience of something, and it can just get real conceptual real easily. I never even heard of the term the ground of being until I started hanging around in non-dual circles. I came to understand and realize in talking about it with like Sharon and others at the Clear Light that what I was calling shining ever-isness is what they were calling the ground of being. So mysterious shining ever-isness is what kind of works here. But I sort of have adopted the, vocabulary. But what I want to say is that no one has ever known the ground of being as you would an object or a concept. No one has ever gazed at the ground of being from a subject-object orientation. No. The infinite shining ever is wakes up to itself, as itself, through itself, from itself. The ocean wakes up in and as the drop. This recognition is the end, or heralds the end. Sometimes it's a process, sometimes it's the end of an identified separate self, the end of the reflexive mechanism, the end of the inner world, the end of time, and the end of the experiencer. So you won't miss it. That's as clear as I could get for the moment. I felt a little, I wasn't trying to just get out of it last night. I just really couldn't get there. It was too conceptual. And I couldn't meet it. So anyway, I wanted to offer that. The other thing that always comes up at the end is we're leaving retreat and we are heading back to relationships and lives, our beautiful playgrounds and learning curves. I don't know how well it works for me to just read something, but I'll try to animate it a little bit. We didn't get, I don't think, a lot into devotion speaking about it, but there was so much of it here that which is really the way anyway, experientially, means so much more than talking about it. But there's a devotion here with this gathering and having shown up. So we continue to recognize and deepen into and cultivate the inherent peacefulness that exists beyond right doing, wrong doing, good, bad, just that I am here, here I am. It's a commitment and a devotion to discover that which is not coming or going in the midst of whatever we're going to go, whatever merry-go-round we're going to go right on now, okay? Whatever the world's going to bring, the wish-fulfilling jewel, the ground of being, gives rise to all the coming and going and is not separate in any way from that which arises, abides, and falls away, arises, abides, and falls away. There is a constancy that we can look for, we can become devoted to and committed to, discovering in each moment. In our intellectual reasoning, this is a paradox because an intellect can't decide on, well, is it dynamic or is it still? Well, is it quiet or is it the sound? Is it silent? The whole thing. It's a paradox that will seem unreasonable. And yet, if we just look and sit quietly, take a step back, down, in, devotedly listening without agenda and expectation, but just a simple kind of easy way, we can recognize the truth that is not coming and going, even though the relative world is continuously being born in an appearance sort of way. And the judging aspect of the mind is continuously assigning belief, goods and bads and shoulds and shouldn'ts, names, categories, definitions, decisions, determinations on top of the appearance. There's the appearance and then there's all that other stuff. Although that is happening, there is an at-rest peacefulness. And you all were there and are here now. It exists here and now, amidst and amongst all the phenomena. Never coming, never going, without attributes, uncreated, unmanufactured. It's not a memory, it's not an experience. It is. And we bring attention to, as we bring attention to, we enliven the recognition through our attention. And it begins to bloom and grow and come forward, you might say. It becomes context for all of the content. So we gain that perspective, the Dalai Lama perspective of, it was a wonderful opportunity. And from that discovery, that recognition that's fresh, joyful, illuminated, then the action, what we might say is enlightened action, that is beyond memory and conditioning and reaction, becomes available as response. Responsiveness that is beyond right doing and wrong doing, beyond good and bad and evil and all the rest of all that stuff. So that's the devotion. It begins with just noticing where our attention habitually wants to go. And in a gentle and kind and kind of simple way, just returning the attention again and again to that I am here, here I am that I am, that felt sense. And even beyond to that profound stillness roaring, radiant, silent, silence at the heart of being. As we will be met, space has been made, and that brings, the cue to come get their going papers. What's next in line? Here it comes. Nature abhors a vacuum. The emptiness is the radiant compassion that gives space for surrender. I grew up in a family that was really into athletics. I was terrible. My sister was like a state athlete or whatever, and I'm just like, oh man, really? This is my thing? Anyway, I feel like this is the time to go team, go! Yeah! Oh, how do you express the gratitude, right?